Hello! Welcome back to Danganronpa. Let's just get into it. Whoa! Sorry. Pardon my enthusiasm. I don't remember. Right, I remember. Who could that be? It's Sayaka! Rattle. Makoto, get out here. Kyoko? What's going on? Hina just came to see me and she was white as a ghost. Sounds like something's happened. What? As soon as I heard those words, my heart started to beat a little faster. Suddenly found myself wide awake. She said for us to come to the rec room. The rec room? Okay, let's hurry. Uh-oh. Makoto, Kyoko! Hina, what's wrong? Something's not right. In the rec room. What's inside? There was a window in the rec room door, and I hurried to look inside, and when I did... Sakura? Is she unconscious? She's sitting up in a chair like she's bowing her head.
Hey.
What's going on? Did something happen to her? I was just walking past and I happened to notice her through the window, but I couldn't get the door open. I tried knocking, I tried calling her name, but she wouldn't respond. So what should we do? What are we gonna do? First of all, we need to get into that room. The door's locked, right? And if we break in, we'll be violating school regulations. We're going to force our way in. I just said the door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room door doesn't have a lock. Huh? Then why? Feels like the door is pressing up against something inside the room. Is it the chair? Chair? Either way, this door isn't locked, which means, as far as I can tell, the rule doesn't apply. And there's no problem if we break in. Let's match the window. This should be the fastest way. Okay, I'll go get something to break it with. Wait right here. Inside the rec room, Sakura still hadn't moved an inch. She's just unconscious, right? Is she okay? I mean, it's Sakura, so I'm sure. Kyoko didn't reply. There was only silence, but that silence didn't last long. Here! I found a broom! In the classroom. Use it!
Makoto.
You can handle this, right, Makoto? Please. Come on, please hurry! Okay, you two stand back. She's the fucking sport girl! I took hold of the broom, swung as hard as I could, aiming directly at the window. All it took was one solid hit. The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the rec room floor. Crush. I stuck my hand through the now open window. I started jostling the chair, leaning against the door. The chair's pretty heavy, but if I can just... I pushed on it with all my strength, and finally the knob turned. Sakura! I ran up to her as fast as I could, but the moment I laid my hand on her... She's dead. All I felt was cold death. I could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body, and then... Ding dong, bing bong. I'm telling you, it's either Byakuya or Toko. They poisoned her. She got poisoned.
A body had been discovered after a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like. The class trial will begin.
I don't think Hiro would do this.
Danganronpa.
Fuck you, man. Huh? Sakura's...
Sakura's dead? She's really dead?
I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. Could only look on at Sakura's dead body. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. Wondered, was she confirmed that Sakura really was dead? Checking for a pulse or a reaction? I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room, and I... Why? Why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again. I need to examine Sakura's body. I just stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there unable to do a thing, time just passed. And after I don't know how long, I got everyone. Ah! Ogre! Oh, so she's dead, huh?
I see.
Sakura's been killed. I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means. Sakura was murdered by someone in this very room. Is that what you were going to say? No. Whoever killed her, it's not just someone in this room. It was one of you. Hiro, Byakuya, Toko. One of you killed Sakura. What? You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation? I don't need to investigate anything, because you hated her. You hated the sight of her. One of you did it, I know it. You know it? You know it? Jeez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad. What are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer. That's right, it's the next Monokuma file. And don't get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you're gonna ruin that lewd little face of yours. Now then, with that, Hold on, there's something I want to ask you. Huh? It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura? Uh-huh. Sakura wanted to challenge a mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again and then... Then I killed her? Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things with me. Which, thank God for that, saved me the trouble of having to go through with our little fight. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that. I gotta tell you, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she'd violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her. So I didn't know who it was, but whoever the Blackman is this time, I owe you one. You owe them one? Oopsie, before you get all pissy-potty at me, you better figure out who did it first. Because, I mean, your lives are all on the line, right? What the hell? He owes them one? I hate him! I hate this whole thing! Well, for one, I'm glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game's already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway.
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. Then let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina? I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura. Okay, then Hina is guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
What?
Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time, just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. An order? Fine, I'll stay behind. And it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on! Before that, there's something I want to say. Which is... Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene. What? One of you killed Sakura. I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her. Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise? I won't ask you to let all of us in. Just let me. What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway. Nope, don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway. And you, Hiro, do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care? And it's decided. Nothing's decided! I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But we have to find out who killed Sakura, for those of us still alive, and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body? That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer, all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura, it's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's a kind of hopeless hope. We have no choice but to just do it. I feel like, Toko did it. Not Genocide Jack, but Toko. I'd better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. What? However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Yeah, that's what I thought. She got poisoned. Monokuma file number 4. She 100% got poisoned. I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why is that? The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. That door had been jammed shut with the chair from inside the rec room, which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, just like zero escape, right? In other words, this is a classic locked room murder. But locked room murder? She got poisoned, I'm telling you. I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever, but could it really happen in real life and right before our very eyes like this? Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't
That's
mind.
fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. It simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involved in the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed.
In other words,
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption of two from outside the target, the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
however,
But in this case, it doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
it's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with their group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. Sounds like it could have been possible, maybe.
It's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a
In
locked
other
room.
words,
By that I mean there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. And you think we can cross that one off
Indeed.
too? I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. There are 4 possibilities, and Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seems the most likely in this
It's
game?
true.
It's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now, I can't really say. Let's see, the way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakuра's death will stay in. Definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can for Sakura, if nothing else. Sakura drew a last breath, sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow of the head to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So, what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Maybe you're getting hit in the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood. Not a chance, but Byakuya.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting, but it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be Poison! This looks like some kind of wrapper. Ah, that's... You recognize it, Hina?
No.
Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. She gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like him. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. Made sure nobody else could get their hands on him. Really liked him that much. But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one of theirs for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Hina, come on. You just poisoned her. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura is sitting on. The glass is all red. And oh my god, what if someone poisoned the candy and like Hina gave it to her and like she's the murderer even though that person like did it so they wouldn't, like what if, right? And she's like, what the fuck, I didn't do this. No? Okay. These are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Huh? There's something else underneath the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. There's a bloodstain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? That doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? 'Cause she fucking got poisoned. That same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. Okay. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. Oh. Oh, I see. And inside each bottle, this is kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is how they get those figures inside the bottles. One is missing.
So,
It's no different from your standard chip in a bottle, huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I
in
have.
other words,
So this is the Monokuma version of that. Monokuma bottle, if you will. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass probably started out as a bottle, which means Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? Shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was a weapon. You're a fool. Oh. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
So...
Looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. She got poisoned with her protein drink! She mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments. I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. Reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. She must have gotten this from the Chem lab.
Just a second.
That's strange, huh?
Hey.
What is? You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. It must be parts of the window I broke to get
Correct.
inside. They aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. Why does that matter? Can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Foreshadowing.
What the heck?
We already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out. I don't think it's Hiro. And if it is, fuck you, game. Let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me, she said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force even, this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, at the same time and place she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. What do you got for me? If Sakura would have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
True.
She certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? Must have taken her by surprise, right? Certainly, they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes, but what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. Haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, still I can't prove otherwise. I have no choice but to accept it as a fact. If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. What else do we got? Like this? The chair was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Is that it? Oh? What? Huh? The locker's open. The door's on the inside. It's a handprint?
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? Looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint and all the... Look at how tiny that hand is, huh? Who has tiny hands here? Who has tiny hands? Coco.
It's true.
Sorry. It looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hidden here until the locked room was open, don't you think? During all the confusion, he popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Fortunately, that's not a possibility.
Hey.
Huh? Why not? Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point. I don't remember that.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? What else do we got?
Hey,
Fuck.
certainly.
We got like this. It's around 1 o'clock right now. It's roughly now. Was that when Kyoko moved alter? What? 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 This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock and there's no evidence the mountain has been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then,
And you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't
listen
leave.
to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. She's right, I do have to go to talk to others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people and to hear what they have to say. Let's go. Where are those 2 other people, eh? Where the fuck did they go? Weren't they in this room? Okay then. Guess I'll just leave. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Press the doorbell. Ding dong, bing bong. And after a few seconds. Huh? Who's there? Ah, the most negative aura I've ever felt. Nor have told the K. Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good
Hey,
mood.
I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something? Wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. Wha- I don't know what you're talking about. Yakuya already told me she had asked her to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master 2? I just said 2, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. I wonder what about Hiro? Hiro, you already got framed once. Please don't tell me you did this. I pressed the doorbell. Ding dong bing bong. And after a few seconds.
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How'd you know about that? Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come, too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She gave it to me in person. She happened to mention the others, like, in passing. Gotta be honest, it's super suspicious. So then you went and met Sakura? No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious. Last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office. I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave to you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro's still around in this pocket. Sorry, it looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. Oh no, when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh? Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket. Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash? Anyway, I can't deny that the Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slid back into his room. Hiro said that it was just trash, but there's no way that's all there is to it. Ah, fuck, man. Nah. Hiro's scared he's gonna get framed again, so he's not, right? He's lied to me because of that, right? Right? Hiro, I swear to God, you are, like, you and Hina are my last 2 favorite characters. I can't lose you, man. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? Definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So, where should I start? Man, fuck this game. I hate this game, bro. Oh, he's already there. There's a 5th floor? What the fuck, man? Damn.
What?
Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes, sir, I understand. Shut the fuck up, Yakuya. You think you fucking scare me with that suit of yours? Shut the fuck up. Shut up. You're just a businessman, alright? I don't know, man. It's kind of scary, to be honest. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. Should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like the 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? You have to be careful not to step in it. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? Looks like the bottle with a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point this room wasn't like this. And this powder must have been spilled. That's right, could only have been around the time of the incident. That really is when it happened, and must be related to the case somehow. Let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. Protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers of the shelf labeled the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving in unit section A. Huh? But wait. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it in here on accident? So on the shelf looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents, but put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? Must truly be bliss. Isn't it kinda large? What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world? The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Right now, I need to focus on the shelf. The containers of the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. On this shelf one look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit C. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A is dietary supplements, Section B is reagents, and Section C is lethal chemicals. Skura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A, but what concerns me is that in Section A there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? I've told you she's been poisoned. There's definitely something going on there. What? That's it? What? Really right now? There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. This is where all the powder came from. Looks like the bottle with a label on it, Chem C4. No. Okay, I see. These are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen. Well, let's go. Chop, chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long, I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad for you, I mean. For me. So, when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. So the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be. Makoto, are they yours? No! Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size by myself. Couldn't think of any reason not to start quite leading what Yakuya said. I see, your feet do appear to be too big. Fortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Fortunately, with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. And these prints are a really valuable clue. I'm telling you, it's Toko, bro. Okay, Makoto, you're kind of being annoying. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. Should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of There's also the remains of broken bottle. It looks like. So it looks like someone left in. Okay. Based on the positioning, the prince, whoever. Bro, you already said all that! According to Babu. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Why? Why though? Why the rec room? Where is the rec room? I don't even remember. No, it's in the first floor, right? No? It's on the third then. Yeah.
Hey,
So Makoto, how's your investigation going? Told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me. I see. So long with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. It's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
anyway.
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You'd do well to look them over one more time. What did you say? Sorry, I wasn't listening. Sakura's body. Wait, Sakura's... The shelf magazine, Monokuma bottles. Okay. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered with Sakura's body.
second.
Staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? There's no getting around it. Like me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She's completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there's still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it. That's totally normal. And how can you? I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind. More importantly, look here. Her shoes. See that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out. That powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot. So let me just explain.
seem-
It appears she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing. Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on
It's
either
true.
one. That's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Can't believe she was able to learn all that, but just looking at her body. Don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. She's the ultimate detective after all. Right, Kyoko? Am I wrong or am I right? Fuck!
right.
Ah! Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Blue's clue! Huh? This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back the way on accident? Something catches our eye. It's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. Picked up the inverted magazine, flipped through it. This is on one of the pages near the center of the magazine. A word had been written in bold, bloody letters, and it said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
Correct.
Then it would appear where you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So-
Is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
However-
Just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. Made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. And she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Oh my god, she got framed. No, please, Hiro. Hiro, man. Come on, man. Hiro, you can't do that shit to me, man. Thank you. Hiro, man. Something new. There are 2 bottles missing, bro. So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you should find it. Yeah, it's chess pieces. Correlation, chess pieces! Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is? I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. It's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer? I do trust you to a degree, otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree?
Hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment.
Anyway.
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the small pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like
That
that?
doesn't matter.
Already done the thorough investigation, so it's fine. That obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
then.
Anyway, I need to get something with the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? Better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting.
then.
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So, what kind of experiment are we
In
doing?
other words-
Got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass collected in one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. What do you want to do that? It's one of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
Listen.
Bro, don't you see that there's 2 bottles missing? First, let's compare the weight of 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles. Same. It's
other
it's
words-
balanced, which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same, which makes sense. The Monokuma figures are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
So then.
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, the normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. Did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there. No. What's gonna happen is the pieces will be
So
heavier.
then.
Okay, then let's give it a try. Exactly. Huh? Broken pieces are heavier? Because there are 2 bottles missing! How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
other
The
words-
results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all
Hey.
together, and I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. There are 2 bad dudes. Ding dong, bing bong. Wait, is that it?
Whoops! You caught me
Oh.
sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring, I couldn't stay awake.
Shut the fuck up, Monokuma. You can't hurt my feelings
Can I
like
do
that.
it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go
yeah.
through the red door on the first floor of the school.
Man, Hiro, I swear to
See
God.
you soon.
I swear to fucking God. I swear to fucking God. It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Alright. Well, listen, this is the end of that. Hey, for anyone watching this, which I highly doubt is, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, man. It's not New Year yet, but it's soon gonna be, so Happy New Year. Woo! 2020 over. That shit year is over. Let's go. Alright, see you in the next episode.